Hi, I'm David Papini, and this is my top 11 wrong reasons or wrong sentences we tell ourselves about emotions. I collected these with my clients. I am a trainer, I am a counselor, a coach, and so these are the 11 sentences that I most often listen to, and I think they are really disempowering and wrong, actually. So number 11 is you can mask your emotions. So you can feel embarrassed and nobody realize it, or you can feel afraid and nobody recognize it. Actually, this is wrong, and it is wrong because we have a complete emotional recognition system in our brains, in our bodies, and so we are able to perceive our emotions, and also we are able to process emotions in others at a subconscious level. So actually it's not true that you can mask an emotion. What you can do is something like, I pretend not to feel like this, and someone agrees in pretending that you are not feeling like that. But it's kind of, let's say, mutual illusion, and it's kind of social agreement. It's not that really you cannot feel emotions, or you can perceive emotions in others. My number 10 is you cannot change emotions. I feel like I feel, so I cannot avoid to be angry. I cannot help myself in being glad, and so on. Actually, emotion is a body state. So as easily you can change your position in the space, in the same way you can change what you feel in a certain situation. What you need is just training or just practice. So they are, by any means, they are unavoidable. You can avoid emotion, you can change them. You cannot ignore emotion. But if you do not, it's a paradox, but if you do not ignore emotion, you can change them. Number 9, emotions are not thoughts. There is sort of rational thinking, and then there are emotional thinking. Actually, Antonio Damasio and other scientists demonstrated that, we take most of our decisions based on emotional and feelings, and not based on rational. And also the stock market is full of examples of emotional decision making. So actually, at the same time, we have thoughts, we have feelings, we have perceptions, and we have emotions. And all these things stay in our system. And as any system, our system is tending to reach homeostasis. And so it doesn't help to think that there are different domains. One is emotion and one is thoughts, because when you feel, you have some kind of thoughts, and when you have some kind of thoughts, you have some kind of emotions, and this is an interchange. Number 8 is emotions are dangerous. I interviewed many students, many people in my life, my work as a trainer, as a counselor, and there is always this sense that an emotion can be dangerous. Can be, when you explore why, there is no clear idea about why really it can be dangerous. It's sort of reflex. So you think, sometimes people say, no, they are not really dangerous, they can be disturbing, they can harm someone, and so on. Actually, this is a belief, which in my experience is not true. It's a very strong belief that you can, when you use emotion, and maybe it's like, because emotions are call to actions, actions can be harming, dangerous, but not emotion, not the emotion. The problem is that sometimes you feel an emotion and you act on that emotion, and the act can be dangerous, but the emotion itself, it's not dangerous. It's simply there. Whether you realize it is there or not, but it's not dangerous by itself. Number 7, you cannot think and feel at the same time. This is one favorite in some organizations. So like there are moments where you can attend your feelings, and there are moments where you can attend your thought and be critical and plan and so on. Like you have, let's say, 2 separate domains. Again, actually, the most efficient people in the world, the most efficient teams in the organization are people and teams able to think and feel at the same time. There is a great book about this, and you will find it in the last slide, in the bibliography by Jim and Michelle McCarthy, and where they state this about teams. And I have experienced that, and it's absolutely true. The best performance you have is when you feel and think at the same time. Number 6, you must be rational. And the idea here, the wrong idea is that being rational can be, has to be analytic, spreadsheet bound, and so keeping your emotion out because you have to think clearly. Actually, rationality is, as you can check Antonio Damasio book, Descartes' Error, where he demonstrates that there is no such thing like rationality separated from body. So you can be rational using your emotion, actually. Number 5, expressing emotion can be disturbing, can be not good for people around you. Again, it's not the emotion itself, it's what you do with that emotion and the way you express it. But it's not a problem. It's not the emotion fault, it's the expression fault. And sometimes also this is a belief, a social belief, like you cannot, for example, cry in front of a CEO and so on. And number 3 and number 3 and number 2 together are maybe the same thing. Like there is no reason when you say to someone, there is no reason you are so angry or so sad. Like there is, I mean, you need a reason to feel like you feel. Or it's wrong to feel like that. Like there is a list of, let's say, right emotion in a situation and wrong emotion in another one. Actually, emotions are there, and they do not care if they are right or wrong. And the soon you realize this, and the best you will be as an educator, as a parent, as a person in a relationship. And number 1, which is my last and my favorite, also I owe this to Jim and Michelle McCarthy, is you are too emotional. So there is a situation where someone says to someone else, you are too emotional. And Jim and Michelle say like this, if someone says this to someone else, maybe it's the first person that is not enough emotional to perceive all the richness of emotions that he is perceiving. So every time someone says to you, you are too emotional, usually this is a man saying to a woman, probably it's the other way. It's the first person which is not enough emotional.